Hey YouTube, it's Katrina here. So I thought I would just do a little video because we're moving out of our apartment. So it's so far been worked fine. So I thought I'd put it out there, some kind of things that we've been doing to thus far not lose our minds completely. So we've known that we're going to move for maybe a month. We haven't really been doing that much to actually start moving initially. It was a pretty big, we actually own our property and we're renting it out. So we had to find people to rent our property, and we had to find a property for ourselves and make sure the timing worked. And we work full time, so it's not like we have days to do this. So we've been very lucky to find our tenants and to find a place ourselves that works for us. So yeah, really looking forward to it, and it's going to be a bit of a nice change, I hope. We'll kind of be we live in apartments at the moment, so this one will be a ground floor, and we're kind of near a little bit more greenery, which will be good. So my little tips that I decided I was going to share, I wanted to suggest. I've been fortunate enough to borrow a lot of boxes from work, and so we've got lots of little boxes that are kind of, I don't know, so big and quite, compact. I'm not sure whether you can go to a store that might get lots of little things like that in, I don't know, jewelers or who knows. Just in my experience, using these small, relatively compact, they're really great for, all your miscellaneous stuff from your drawers, so you can just pack them all in there, and they don't rattle about, and they're nice and safe. We haven't actually bought any packing materials at all, so I've been using tea towels to wrap small crockery bits up in. So I've got these smallish boxes, and I'll lay the tea towel down, and I'll kind of fill in the spaces of the crockery with the tea towel, or do a couple of different folds of the tea towel and put another layer of little crockery pieces on there. So that's worked, and because there's relatively small boxes, they don't move, so it's all really compact, and yeah, that really works for us, well, for me so far. And so I've emptied all of our spice and tea racks, so that's all really nice, and we can still get to it, but I've been able to clean down the cupboards, and yeah, we've got a lot of SPC containers, so they've all kind of, a lot of our flowers and just general stuff ends up in those big kind of SPC containers, and they're really easy to pack now because they just kind of pack straight into a kind of big long box, which is really good. Big borrow and don't steal, but I'm hoping that we can do this all by borrowing from other people. We've got a friend who owns a store, so she's been able to lend us some big boxes. I don't have that many big boxes at work, and it's a little difficult to get home and away. But yeah, I've been able to borrow a lot of those little ones. Cutlery, little knickknacks, things that, and you don't need to wrap things up so much when you have the little boxes, so that's kind of good. Yeah, because we're actually going to be moving out of a property that we own, we don't know when we're going to be back. So what we've done is, we've been here for 3 years. And we really haven't done anything to the place, it just doesn't need it, it's just an easy place to live. So all that we've actually done is had a look around at the internal parts of the apartment, at what we need to fix up now so that it'll keep for a good couple of years. We might not be in here or see this property for another couple of years if we're lucky enough to have it tenanted consistently. So the only thing that we've done is the windowsills, because they get a little bit of a lot of heat, they get weathered a lot, so the paint is peeling, so it's all been sanded down and repainted, and just so that it can kind of keep for a couple more years and look, you know, it's not that, you know, some people are like, why are you fixing up the property for tenants? But if we're not really well, we are kind of doing it for them, but if we don't get in again to do it, it's going to be put on the market as it would be once these tenants are, you know, if they leave after 12 months and then we have other people coming in, we're not going to be able to come around and, you know, do work on it. There's going to be a break between tenants, and that's money, and we might as well do it all now, so that if we keep on going, we never have to come in, and it's just all taken care of. So that's really good. So yeah, we'll get a big truck and get a couple of people to help out. What else are we doing? Oh, we've actually pulled out a whole bunch of, because we've got this week and then we're out. So we're both at work 5 days a week. So we've just taken out kind of 5 days worth of clothes essentially and packed everything else up. Taken out a whole bunch of shoes that we'll need for the week, packed everything else up. So there'll be lots of last minute things that we kind of use all the time. It's kind of funny. I've actually been packing for the last maybe week and a half, just little by little by little, mostly in the kitchen, just stuff that we just don't use. But our house is so completely still functioning, and we've just got so much stuff. But I think it's mostly furniture. We've got a lot of furniture in this place. So yeah, I'd recommend don't stress yourself out and pack up a heap. Just be very selective with how you're packing, and pack things that you kind of hide towards the back of your cupboards anyway, because you won't need them in the last week or two. And if you do, I've got kind of the plastic tubs with the plastic lids, so I've just put, you know, a whole bunch of stuff from a little cupboard that I've got, and I put it all in there. So there'll be very occasional that I'll need to pick out a couple of things from this tub, so there's no tape to undo boxes. I'm sure it'd be very different if we had kids and, you know, they want all their stuff and you need all the more, you know, more clothes and more, you know, just so much more stuff. So it's kind of, you know, I guess it's really no big hassle for us to be cleaning everything down. And I made a heap of food yesterday. We're trying to eat our way through our cupboard. I went on a huge just spring clean around, well, in the kitchen really. I did a huge spring clean of everything expired. We've still got a lot of food, which is a good sign. It means that most of our food is actually in date, which is good. Got rid of a little bit of stuff that was just hidden in the back. But yeah, I cooked a huge bolognese and a huge risotto. Most delicious risotto. It was so good. I have, you know, essentially was when shopping last night to get a whole heap of food, mostly so that we wouldn't have to cook, so that, you know, we could just get on and pack up for the rest of the week. It's just a whole week of packing. So yeah, that's kind of it. I know everyone, you just want to get as many tips as you can, so I just wanted to impart that. I think the little boxes, they, I know, have helped a bit. Just so you haven't got like masses and masses, you know, a huge big box full of stuff. You know, I've got stuff that, you know, it's all labelled up. Remember to label. All labelled up, so it'll just get chucked in the kitchen once we get there, and that's all fine. I was a bit brain dead, and I had a huge box and I was starting to put books in it. Don't put heavy things in a big box, put it in a small box so it's manageable for the good, decent people that are, because I'm not going to be carrying stuff. For the decent people who are going to be carrying your gear, make sure it's small stuff, otherwise those huge boxes full of really heavy things is going to be too much. It'll be ridiculous. So we had some really huge boxes, and we've put all of our coats and ski gear and a whole heap of my dresses. So that's a nice little tip. It seems really obvious, but you don't think about when you just, you know, just in motion, I guess, or whatever you might call it.